students, I hope you guys are doing extremely well, and I really hope that you have gone through the last two videos of economics classes, online economics classes to be specific, which is started by the Northeast Junior College Authority. We have discussed in our last video the meaning of micro and macroeconomics along with the scope of microeconomics. At the same time, we have discussed the differences between positive and normative economics. Well, without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Today we shall discuss some more concepts from our first chapter, which is introduction, which we are on. So let's get into today's video. The first thing today we will discuss is the meaning of economy, the concept of economy. Well, my dear students, in our first year syllabus, we got introduced the term economy, and that was fall under the part B or group B, which was the Indian economy. So I am referring from that point onwards that economy, while discussing Indian economy, we basically concentrated on a geographical territory, and we were discussing everything from the Indian context. So economy basically simply means a geographical territory where there is various productive units are located. Now, by productive units, do not think that the productive units means the production of various goods. No. Along with the production of goods, there are production of services too, like services of a doctor, services of engineer, service of a teacher, and so on and so forth. So in an economy, there are various productive units which produces various goods as well as services, and on those productive units, what happens at there? On those productive units, various people work. What are the productive units? We can name them like shops, banks. In banks, there are various persons who are giving the bankly services or the financial services. Bank is a financial institution where there is various persons works and they give the bankly or the financial services. In a hospital, which is also a productive unit, in hospitals we get services from a doctor, services from a nurse. At the same time, there are medicine shops too, from where we get the various types of medicines. The shopkeeper gives us the selling services, and at the same time we have schools, colleges also, from where we get the services of a teacher, and so on and so forth. So in an economy, what happens? In an economy, there are various productive units are located, and on those productive units, people goes for work and they earn money, and with that earned money, they go through with their livelihood. So economy simply means a geographical territory where there is various productive units are located and by which people get their living. Okay, I'm writing it. It is a geographical territory or geographical area where there is various productive units, where there is various productive units like schools, hotels, hospitals, banks, etc. are located and by which people get their living, by which people get their living. So dear students, this is the simple meaning or the definition of economy, that it is a geographical territory or geographical area, whichever you want to name it. You can write geographical territory or geographical area, where there is various productive units. What are the productive units? Like schools, hotels, hospitals, banks, etc. are located and by which people get their living. Take for example the Karimganj district, our very own district. So in our district there are various productive units. We have shops, schools, colleges, banks, hospitals, shopping malls, restaurants, so many productive units, cobblers, so many productive units are there, and everything is located within the geographical territory or geographical area of Karimganj. We are referring to only the Karimganj district, and in this Karimganj district there are various productive units like schools, hotels, hospitals, and so on and so forth, banks and all that, and everything is located within the geographical territory of Karimganj, and then it will be called as an economy of Karimganj. In economy of Karimganj, we are referring to the geographical territory of Karimganj, where there is various productive units are located, and in those productive units, what happens? So many people goes for work and they earn their livelihood. Likewise, in Assam also, when we will refer to the Assam economy, we will refer to all those productive units which are located in Assam. And on those productive units, people work and by which people get their living. Like similarly, economy of India also, we will concentrate the Indian geographical territory, the entire geographical territory of India, where there are so many productive units are there, starting from Navy, Air Force, and then defense services. So many defense services are there, and police, hospitals, schools, colleges. From everywhere we get various kinds of services or various kinds of goods. There are companies also, shops also. So everything are located within the geographical territory of India. So in geographical territory of India, there are various productive units. Productive units, I want to mean that productive units in terms of goods as well as in terms of services. So with those productive units, people get their living. And while referring to India, we will concentrate the Indian geography. While referring to Assam, we will concentrate on Assam geography, the boundary of Assam, the geographical boundary of Assam. While referring to Karimganj, we will concentrate on the geographical territory of Karimganj. While concentrating the economy of Hailakandi or Kachar district, we will concentrate on the geographical territory of Karimganj district or the Kachar district or the Hailakandi district, and there we will refer to various productive units by which people get their living. So this is the concept of economy. The next thing we will discuss, and let me tell you, you can pause the video right here and you can write this thing in your note copy. So this is the simple meaning of an economy. The next thing we will discuss is the various types of economy. Well, students, in an economy, we basically know that an economy is run by a higher authority, which we refer to as government. So, based on this government activity, we basically segregate the types of economy. The types of economy are basically three types, and all of these three types of economy are basically segregated on the basis of the state intervention in any economy. Maybe it could be a big economy, or it could be a small economy, it could be a medium-sized economy, it could be any economy. By small, medium and large economy, I want to mean that small geographical territory, a large geographical territory and a medium-sized geographical territory. So in any territory, whatever we want to name it, in any territory, everything is controlled by a higher authority, which we basically see as a government. The main big decisions are taken by the government. So with this very simple concept of government intervention or state intervention, we segregate the three types of economy. So the three types of economy is basically segregated on the basis of state intervention. On the basis of state intervention. So state intervention simply means how much the state is participating in various types of economic activity. In some cases we will find that the state intervention is very high. In some other cases we find that state intervention is very low. So on this basis, the types of economy basically gets segregated. So let's see what are the various types of economy. So this is basically segregated on the basis of state intervention. So on the basis of state intervention, economy can be classified into three different types. In one extreme, we have market or capitalist. Market or capitalist economy. So what happens in market or capitalist economy? Here we have less state or government, or we can say public. Less government, state or public activity. So if there is less public activity, obviously it directly indicates there is more private activity. And my dear students, if there is private activity, mode of private activity, we know that private individuals or private things basically what we take profit motive. So in market economy, it mainly works with profit motive. It works with profit motive. And if they work with profit motive, they will never care for social welfare because their mind is already concentrated with how to fill up their own pocket, how to get thicker bundles of money and how to tuck them into their own pocket, and they will never think for any social benefit or social welfare. So in market economy, they do not work for social welfare. So if they do not work for social welfare, whether they will think for the poor class, obviously no, they will never think for the poor class. So in market economy, poors get ignored. And we can name some market or capitalist economy where there is less government activity and more of private activity. These are like UK, USA, Switzerland. I'm just writing in short, Swiss. So these are various examples of market economy. If we look at the UK economy or USA economy, we are referring to the geographical territory of UK, USA or Switzerland. And if we look very closely on the basis of the state intervention or the state activity, we will find that in these economies there is less state activity. In USA also the government has a very limited role to play in the economic activity, and everything, most of the things are worked under the private individuals or the private authority. There is more of private authority and they always work for the profit motive, and they will never think of the poor class, and poor class easily get ignored, and everything they will concentrate on how to fill up their own pocket, and they will never think for the social welfare, and hence the poor get ignored in these types of economy where there is less state activity. Obviously if there is state activity is less, they will never care for the poor. The private individuals are always working with the profit motive, and they will work for their own purposes, how to fill up their own pocket, how to fool people, and how to rip off the maximum money, and they will never think for the social welfare. The opposite of market economy we come with the socialist or centrally planned economy. Let me tell you, economy or the centrally planned economy is the exact opposite version of the capitalist economy. In capitalist economy, we had less state activity. Here we will have more state activity. See, we are segregating the economy on the basis of state intervention only. So in socialist economy, we will have more public or state activity. If there is more public activity, then it directly indicates there will be less private activity. Less private activity, and if there is more of public activity and less private activity, obviously they will work for social welfare. They work for social welfare. So if they work for social welfare, okay, if they work for social welfare, it directly means that they will never think of any profit motive. They will never have the idea of how to fill up their own pocket. Rather, they will do their best to how to satisfy their people, how to satisfy their citizens. So they don't work for profit motive, don't work with profit motive. And if they do not work for profit motive, they will not ignore the poor. So my dear students, you can pause the video right here and you can note it down everything. If needed, you can pop up your mobile screen a little bit, stretch up a little bit so that it gets zoomed and you can note it down everything. Okay, so I'm repeating again. In socialist economy or centrally planned economy, it is exact opposite of market economy. In market economy, we had less state activity. Here we will have more of state activity. In market economy, we had more private. Here we will have less private activity. So if there is less private activity, they will never work for profit motive and they will think for the social welfare, how to benefit their own people. And as a result, poor people or poor class will not get ignored. But in market economy, as there is more of private activity, they always work with profit motive and they will never think for the social welfare. And as a result, poor easily get ignored in the market type economy or the capitalist economy. But in socialist economy, what is happening? There is more of public activity and less private activity. As a result, they are working exactly opposite like the market economy. They are working for the social welfare and they will also thinking for the poor so that poor do not get ignored and they never think for the profit motive. The economies are like China or North Korea or Russia. I don't know if this part is coming in the video or not. If not, you can write the examples of socialist economy: China, Russia, North Korea, etc. So in these types of economy like Russia, China, North Korea, and so on and so forth, if we look their economy structure on the basis of the state intervention, we will find that all these things, all these points are very relevant. Where there is more public activity and less private activity, and they are working with a social welfare motive, and they will taking care of poor very well. So these are the two big extremes of economic types, where there is at one extreme there is less state activity, and in another extreme there is more state activity, and in between we have the mixed economy. We have mixed economy. Examples like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. I am just writing in short Pak, like what we used to see in a India-Pakistan cricket match, Pak, IND. So, anyways, keeping the fun part aside, so in mixed economy thing, we get the features of both market economy as well as socialist economy. What happens in this type of economy? There is both private as well as public coexistence. In private economy, we have more of private, and here socialist economy we have more of public. But in mixed economy time, there is a 50-50 thing. Like if we look the Indian economy also, we will see there are so many private sectors as well as so many public sectors. I mean the government sectors. Public sector means the government sector, and both this private sector and public sector coexist together. The private sector works for profit motive, private with profit motive. The private works with profit motive, private with their own profit motive. Okay, I am writing works. The private works with profit motive, public, just do not write this private works with profit motive, write private individuals or private institutions. There is coexistence of private as well as public institutions, and private institutions works with profit motive, public institutions works with welfare motive, and as there is welfare motive, poor will not get ignored. Poor will not get ignored, will not get ignored. Take for example, I am giving you a very simple example of our mixed economy private public segregation. Before this quarantine situation or before this lockdown situation, the bus fare which are controlled by the ASTC, which is a private institution, the bus fare for traveling to Karimganj to Silchar or Silchar to Karimganj was around 50 to 60 rupees. some used to charges 50 rupees, some used to charges 60 rupees. The buses generally used to charges 50, and the travelers are generally used to charges 60 rupees based on the seat capacity. Well, anyways, this is roughly around 50 to 60 rupees, and this is working under a private institution. But at the same time, we had a government transportation too, which is the Indian Railways. The traveling fare from Silchar to Karimganj or Karimganj to Silchar was only 15 rupees, whereas the private traveling fare, I mean by a bus which is controlled by the STC, was 50 rupees. So we can directly see the difference. The privates are working with their own profit motive, but government is everything providing at a subsidized rate so that poor do not get ignored. Poor can also travel. The same benefit can be availed by the general citizens also. Like what I actually want to mean that the government works with the private institutions works with a welfare motive. What is actually happening in the centrally planned economy? When in India, when we have started this economic reforms in 1990, but 10 years ago, China has initiated their economic reforms in 1980s, and we have started economic reforms since 1990. Sorry, I made a mistake. I told it 1980. Actually, not. It's 1990. Since 1990, in India, we have started economic reform, but China has started economic reform since 1980 or around that time. So what they have done, they have given free education, free transportation, everything was given free, and that was given by the government. So they are working closely with the welfare motive. But in market economy, everything was privatized. You access any activity, you need to pay a big price. And in Indian context, we see a mixture of both. There is both public as well as private coexistence. The private works with profit motive, public institutions work with welfare motive, and poor do not get ignored. So this is all, my dear students. For this video, we will concentrate on some more concepts, and we will have a very detailed discussion on the various concepts under this chapter through our online class system. I recommend you all to go through the videos carefully, listen to these videos again and again, and I am requesting you to please stay indoors, wash your hands carefully, please do not go out. Thank you.